You're listening to the Behind the Booth podcast with DJ iSizzle, where music, weddings, and unforgettable stories come to life. And now your host, DJ iSizzle.
Wow, that's so cool. Yeah, so you kind of have like a greenish, what is that? Like a teal color? I kind of went teal today. Normally I go like an orange in the background.
Uh,
These are my uplights that I offer in my packages. So I was like, I could buy some new ones or I could just use the ones I already have. And I was like, this way I can actually learn to use them a little bit better. So
I like those colors.
yeah, and I can change them. I think it's like 9 different colors. Like I try to
Oh,
change them every podcast so it's not like the same color scheme or whatever. So
very nice. Very nice.
all right, let me do a quick intro here. And then I got a couple quick segments and stuff I want to try, just some new stuff, because this is kind of the second episode and you're my first guest, so this is exciting times.
Hi.
And if you hear any like banging or like things going on drilling and stuff, I'm still getting set up in the studio, so we're having work done and everything. So we moved in last week, and like I said, it's still getting set up. I haven't got anything on the walls or anything else yet, so.
Well, congratulations, though. That's great.
Yeah, I appreciate that. All right, let's do it real quick here. So you're tuned into and watching Behind the Booth with DJ iSizzle, where the music never stops, the stories never fade, and every song brings us closer. Let's turn it up and dive in. My very first guest today has 30 years of professional experience. She began her career in sales, marketing, and communication before transitioning into coaching in 2017. Is that all correct so far? Okay, cool. Since then, she has specialized in helping individuals and teams build confidence, faster connections, and achieving lasting growth. Thank you, by the way. You've helped me tremendously. In addition to her coaching practice, Janice is the author of Courage, Confidence, Connections Journal, a workbook designed for self-discovery and personal growth. She also hosts the Courage, Confidence, and Connections podcast, where she engages with leaders, entrepreneurs, and creatives to share stories of transformation and success. I'm almost done here. You've got a really nice resume. Recognized for her impact, Janice has been honored as Local Business Person of the Year in 2022, 2024, and 2025. For more information, visit her website, janicedebo.com, or stay right here. One thing, oh yes, so, all right, that's your read. Okay, so one thing I wanted to say is I wanted to compliment you on your website. Every time I visit it, I'm like always impressed. It's very next level. So
Thank you.
yeah, you're welcome. So instead of asking some really long questions
Mhm.
up front, I thought it'd be fun to do a new segment. It's called Janice Debo Takes the iSizzle Pop Qizzle.
Janice Debo takes the Sizzle Pop Qizzle.
So
Yeah.
I'm gonna give you like 20 rapid fire questions.
Okay.
You can give me the yes or no answer. They don't have to be long. We'll just kind of keep it short. I kind of want to like get everybody to get to know you really fast and, we'll keep it entertaining. So,
All
all
right.
right, first one, coffee or tea?
I drink both.
Okay. Do you go to coffee or tea before? What's your first?
Tea. I love having a cup of chai, hot tea in the morning with something light to eat, and then I'll go to coffee.
Okay, cool. What inspired you to get into personal development and coaching?
I kind of fell into coaching because I was doing all the sales and marketing. I had a long career, as you mentioned. And when I met with a gentleman that I tried to sell him what I was doing,
Mhm.
he was actually a coach and developed websites. And in that process, he said, "Let's do a short video. I'm going to get you going. You need to get paid for what you really do."
Sure.
I did not know what he was talking about. I literally looked at him with the deer in the headlights. I just, what do you mean? Nobody's going to pay me for this. As it turned out, there was a short video on my website with James Ivano, and I'll give him his due diligence there because he set up my first website and did that little video, gave me a swift boot and said, "Now go get a guinea pig and keep doing what you're doing."
I love that. That's awesome. I feel like too, like sometimes you just need somebody like for you, like I, I think I met you a couple of years ago, but
Mm.
you kind of gave me like a little bit more like confidence to like choose what I'm really good at, and then just kind of focus more in on that. And
Mhm.
yeah, I think the same with you. It's like sometimes you just need somebody to come along and just give you that little extra push, or like, hey, you're a little bit better than you think you are at what you're doing. So, favorite color?
Well, you're looking at it.
Yeah,
Teal would probably be highest on the list at this point.
yeah, I love teal too. That's a really it's a unique color because I don't think you see teal as much as you would hope to see it, like, the RGBs. Um, Morning person or night owl?
Morning.
Yeah, I was gonna guess that too. I think we were talking on Messenger, and you were like 11:30 for our meeting, and I was like, PM? I don't think you're a night owl, but I don't know. Maybe you've changed. I don't know. One habit that has transformed your daily life.
Whoa, rapid fire, huh? One
Yeah,
habit. Oh my goodness. Meditation.
meditation. Yeah. Yeah. Do you find like it's something that like when you do it, you're kind of more focused? Like I go to the gym every morning. Like
Mhm.
I've got to go. It's like it gets me focused. It gets me. Maybe that is my meditation. Is that kind of the same for you? Like you have to just do that before you can actually get going in a day.
It is. It's not that I'm ready to do it when I wake up. Actually, I go to sleep listening to a meditation, and when
Oh,
I wake up, I can hardly wait to get in my chair and with my cat, of course, we've talked about the cat thing. And actually he likes to meditate as well with me. So
that's awesome.
it's my go-to in the morning.
Yeah, that's great. Like that's funny you mentioned too, like you fall asleep because like for me, I have to put on some sort of conversational, like it doesn't have to, I don't want it entertaining by any means, because if it's entertaining then my brain keeps going. So I need something that's gonna like just like slowly put me to sleep. So
Exactly.
so that's cool you do the meditation thing. I'll have to try that as well. Oh, okay. Well, I think I know the answer. Cats or dogs?
Oh, I love both. I have Toby right now, which you're very familiar with, my little Toby.
Yeah.
And but I've had both in the past until about 5 years ago when I lost my last dog.
Um,
I just chosen not to replace the dog at the moment. It's yeah, one cat for
yeah.
now. It's perfect.
Yeah, we lost Ziggy. He was a Doxy wiener,
Oh,
and we had him, I think, for well, Pepsi had him for I think 15 to 17 years.
oh,
We
nice.
left him a few years ago, and it's just like we want to get another dog, but we're kind of in the same place as you, where it's like it's such a big commitment, and it's just so hard, like when you lose them. So, uh,
It is hard. And I lost one, two, three, actually four dogs over the last 15 years or
yeah.
less, maybe 17 years. It's very hard. Eventually I might, but cats are easier when you got to go somewhere. You know that.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, yeah. Ace he's been a great cat. So, that's cool with Toby. Yeah, well, maybe Toby will make an appearance. Go to feel good song or artist, or I'll even add genre in there.
Oh, oh my goodness. Wow.
I know they're so random. Like it is really like a pop quiz style, like where you
But
just,
I love so many different genres. I'd have to say, if it depends on what I'm doing. Now, if I just want to relax or read, I'll throw on some light jazz or something like that. If I want to, be up and bopping around and moving around, I'd have to say top, I'd say the 80s. The
80s. Yeah,
yeah, 80s music is
so feel
probably.
good. Yeah,
Yeah.
it really is the feel good stuff. Um,
Mhm.
that was a cool era for music too. Like I was researching a lot of like new wave, a lot of just different genres that were coming out of the 80s. And like
Mhm.
when you listen to today, you don't think it's like a new wave genre. You just think of it as like 80s, like pop dance music. But
Yeah.
yeah, so much good stuff in the 80s.
I was a disco queen, so that puts me
Oh,
back in the 70s. Oh yeah, I love disco. Oh my goodness. I was I had a dance partner and we could hustle like you wouldn't believe.
oh, that's so cool. Yeah, yeah, disco is another one. Like to this day, I still play a lot of disco at parties and stuff. So
Hmm.
you're like, wow, it's still amazing because disco wasn't one of the, I guess didn't they like try to kill disco or something, or there was like some sort of like revolt against disco in like the early 80s, like we can't have this here anymore, it's too big. So um
They tried.
yeah, they tried, but it didn't work. So
No, it's catchy and it's fun.
yeah. You only get to listen to one song for the rest of your life. What is it?
Ooh,
This is a tricky question, I know.
yeah, it might. Hmm. I don't know. Have you ever listened to Ghost Town, the Ghost Hounds? They've got a song. I don't remember the name of it, but last it's the last train to somewhere.
Hmm.
Well, no, it's the last train to nowhere. That's the
Oh,
name of
okay.
it.
That's the actual title.
By the Ghost Hounds, and it's just got a lot of. It's got the train. I love trains. It's got the style I like, kind of a Louisiana bayou kicking style and country. It sounds like a little bit of everything. I
Oh,
would say if I was had to listen to one song only, I'd probably pick that one. There's so many, of course, if you've read my blog
yeah.
at all or my book, you know that there's many songs that I write about and I like.
Yeah. Yeah, I think with songs that you want to listen to all the time, like maybe there's some sort of like nostalgic feel or something that reminds you of a place and time that was kind of locks you into like a special time. So,
Exactly. Oh,
um,
absolutely.
biggest mindset shift you've had. And I'll say this last year. Let's do this last year.
Okay. In the last year.
Yeah.
Oh, oh boy. The biggest one. I'd say it would be around money. I'd have to say it would be around money because I had a lot of unlearning to do and get myself to thinking that it's okay to do well. And of course, I train clients in that regard too. Eh, Learning about myself has caused a lot of different mind shifts, but that's a big one. That's a really, I'd say that would be the biggest.
Yeah. Yeah, it's interesting. I think with money or maybe even self-value, like stuff we're taught early on in our lives, we kind of just hold on to it throughout the years. And maybe we
Mhm.
don't know we're doing it or it just gets kind of pushed to the side, but that's really interesting. Yeah. Well, that's cool that you've made that shift just in your mental thinking with money and everything. So, yeah. Your happy place, beach, mountains, or city?
Well, there's a river nearby here. It's called the Fall. It's called Klein Falls. It's
Okay.
actually part of the Deschutes River. I love the sound of a river more than anything. The beaches here in Oregon, as you know, being on the Northwest, are just not as fun as an East Coast beach.
Mhm.
If we were on the East, if we were back east in North Carolina, where I'm from, I'd say the beach. But then again, I love the mountains too.
Yeah.
Uh, More and more the mountains for the cool air than the beach for the heat. But
Yeah.
I love the river here. We have a lot of rivers in Oregon, and I love the rivers.
Okay. Yeah, I think when I was younger, it was always the beach, and then as I'm getting
Mm,
older, I'm like, it's totally the mountains. Like,
totally.
like put me out by the rivers, put me out like hiking and the solitude and all that stuff. So yeah, that's a great
Yeah,
answer.
the beaches. Yeah, the beaches tend to be busy and a lot of kids and people building sand castles and kicking them over and
Right?
run. Yeah, beaches. I did a lot of years at the beach. Don't get me wrong. I put in a lot of beach time, but
Beach
I
time.
was back east. I just don't care for the West Coast beaches.
Yeah, I think West Coast beaches too. I don't know if it's the same in the South, but 3 months out of the summer they're packed, and then fall, winter, you couldn't find anyone on a beach like so, at
It's
all.
cold out here. It's, even, yeah, it's cold. The beaches, the sand is different. Everything's different. If
Yeah,
you've never seen the East Coast beach, you just would be shocked at the differences in the sand and the surf. The East Coast beaches are awesome.
yeah.
But like I said, I did my time and now I think the older we get, the more we prefer the cooler air. I do. I
Yeah,
do.
for sure. Yeah. When I was a kid, summer was everything. I was out and about. as I'm getting older, I'm like an air conditioned house or room or or a store or anything, that I'm hanging out there for a while. So get me out of
Yep,
the sun. I'm good.
exactly. Same
Yeah.
here.
I think we kind of touched on this one. Morning playlist. Are you doing chill vibes? Or are you doing jams? What's kind of your wake up?
In the mornings, I'm doing meditative music.
Yeah,
It's more chill.
more chill.
Mhm.
Okay. So it's kind of like your tea to coffee routine where you're kind of like chill with the tea and then you get into the coffee and gets you going.
Yeah. And
Um,
I do my journaling in the morning too. And
oh, that's so smart.
for me, yeah, for me, I don't journal and think as clearly if I've got music jamming, unless I'm doing right, unless I want the inspiration to write a blog or something.
Oh, for sure. You know, a little more energy to your journaling.
Yeah.
What motivates you most in your work?
Seeing like yourself, seeing someone go, wow, you made a difference in what I do. And you inspired me. Hearing that makes it, that's just huge for me, is having people know that there was an impact there, that something I said or did. And a lot of times I don't even know I've done it. It just happens. I love that. I love to see the smile on somebody's face when they go, oh my goodness, that's a great idea.
Yeah.
Or I think about that. It's like when I'm doing my podcast and I've had people go, nobody ever asked me that before.
Yeah. We'll get back into your podcast in a second here. So either or both. Guilty pleasure TV shows or movies?
Oh, I'm a movie girl.
Movie girl? Okay. What's one that comes to mind right away?
The Mystery of Her. I think I told you about that one.
History of her. Oh yeah. Yeah, you'll send me a few links here and there. You'll be like, Sizzle, you got to check this one out. You got to check
Yeah,
it out.
exactly. I do that. I've got a great guy. He's a friend of he's the son of a client, but they're friends and I love the whole family. He's a film producer.
Yeah.
And so I'll do that to him too. I'll go, you need to look this one up. This is something you'll want to see. But The Mystery of Her is an awesome, inspiring movie and can bring up so many different emotions. Movies like that, it's got some humor in it too. It's not all heavy.
Yeah.
It's got some humor.
I'm always surprised like meeting people and then their choice in movies and TV shows. So
Yeah.
that was probably another surprise. You never know. So let's see here. Well, you already answered this one. It's the first thing you do in the morning. You said probably meditation would be one of those things you start your day off with.
Yeah.
Um, how do you help clients overcome their limiting beliefs?
Well, first of all, we find out what they are
Yeah.
in doing some introspection. I give all my clients paperwork to fill out in the beginning, and we find out. One of the funniest things for me is I give everybody a list of strengths and weaknesses they have to come up with. I had one client that, this is true story. She had 10 weaknesses within no time at all. And of course, I tell her, just send it to me when you get it done. Well, when we met after that initial conversation, I said, where are your strengths? She couldn't come up with but two or three.
Wow.
It it literally took her 6 months to come up with 10. It took some work. And that one questionnaire of, listing 10 of each,
Hmm.
that does give me limiting belief awareness.
Yeah. Yeah, that's I think too, like maybe we as humans do walk around and think that we have so many issues. Like we're not we're not as strength as we think. We have too many limitations and we just walk around with that every day. And maybe we don't know it, but yeah,
Yeah.
something like that I think yeah, you should send me that. I would actually like to take that test.
Okay. I can send you
Um
that.
yeah. One word that sums up your vibe.
My vibe,
Yeah.
fun,
Fun.
fun. Yeah, I have a cute story if you'd like to hear it from high school.
Yeah.
I never thought of myself as funny in the last, I don't know, decades. Well,
Mhm.
in high school, one of my best friends and I used to run into this department store. and we'd hide between the clothing racks and just chase each other. I mean, we were like 15. We couldn't drive. My brother had to take us downtown. In that time, she messaged me about a year ago and said, "Do you remember when we used to do this, that, and the other?" Because she was complimenting me on how funny I was. I
Mhm.
said, I didn't think I was that funny. However, she goes, "You've always been funny." And she said, "What would always get us in trouble in that clothing store is I would make her laugh." And she would start to giggle, then I'd start to giggle, and then it just, snowballed from there, and we'd get kicked out of the store.
That's hilarious. So while you're trying to enjoy, like trying to hide or whatever, it's like, yeah, you guys aren't keeping a straight face at all.
No, so apparently I've got a fairly good sense of humor, and it comes out at random times.
Yeah, for sure. I think as long as I've known you, I've never considered you like so you always had some sort of I don't want to say humor behind your voice, but definitely positive in the sense of how you look at things. So let's see here. Hidden talent or quirky skill. I guess that would be like if you could turn your eyelids inside out or something like that. These are so random, these questions.
They are random. Okay, well, this is probably too much information. I can find another story, but I, the I had back when I used to go to the bars,
Mhm.
the people that could tie the cherry
Oh
stem.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, that was a hidden talent. I could do
Okay.
that. And but nowadays I don't explore that
You don't
particular
practice it
skill.
as much or
No, 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 not for decades.
yeah.
Something quirky about me. Let's see. Hmm. Oh, I'm really not sure. I probably have to have somebody else answer that one.
That's cool.
I,
I think the
yeah,
hidden talent is probably qualification is kind of quirky. So
the what now?
your hidden talent, I think that's kind of quirky. So I think that'll qualify.
Okay.
Let's see here. Which snack wins? Sweet, salty, or spicy?
Oh, well, dark chocolate with sea salt. So we're getting salty
Yeah.
and sweet in there. Yeah, I love dark chocolate, and the kind that I like has a little sea salt in it. So it's got the salty sweet thing.
Yeah, sea salt for me, I've been doing it with like caramel. Like I like a little bit of like caramel with sea salt in my coffee in the morning and stuff. So
Yum.
uh, yeah, I know, right? We're talking about coffee. Maybe we should go brew some coffee or something. Um, okay. If your life had a theme song, what would it be? Now you can take like old TV shows or new TV shows. Like if you want to take like 70s or 80s shows, you can do that. Or a song is fine for a theme song.
Well, the first thing that popped in my mind is that song Aria. I think it's REO Speedwagon, Roll with the Changes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Nice. Nice. I like
that
that.
would probably be a very fitting theme for me because I've had to roll with the changes for decades.
Yeah. And yet you still keep your humor. I like it. Um,
If you
uh,
don't laugh at it, you
oh, for sure. Yeah. What's actually, this is the last question. What's
okay.
one piece of advice that you live by?
Oh, that would be to be yourself, quirky, funny, whatever that is, be you first. That was the last question somebody asked me on the last interview I was on, as a matter of
Oh,
fact.
yeah.
Yeah, it was like, what advice would you leave with the listeners? And it's like, be yourself, whatever that is, because you're going to be unhappy if you're not being who you are and being
Yeah.
genuine, authentic.
Authentic. Yeah. That was the word I was thinking of when you said that. And man, it's so easy to get wrapped up into being something you're not. And people can tell like right away if you're not being authentic. Like they can sniff that like miles away. Like, so
It's
that's
true.
cool that you say that. Yeah, I always think about that like pretty much on a daily basis. Like,
Mhm.
is what I'm doing, whether it be like social media or, talking to clients or anything, just in my daily life. I'm like, is this something that is authentic to who I am? Like, Because if it's not, then why am I doing it? Like, am
Right.
I trying to live a different life or a different crowd, please a different crowd? I don't know. So,
Mhm. I
um,
understand.
with that down, let's move on to the next segment.
How do we know each other?
So
Oh,
I did some searching. I used a little Google AI and I asked how DJ iSizzle knows Janice Debo. And they came up with professional collaboration and media appearances.
oh yeah.
I've been a guest on your podcast, Courage, Confidence, and Connections, appearing 3 times, which I thought was pretty cool. We discussed topics like personal growth, motivation, and my experience as a DJ and entrepreneur. You also helped me with my book, and that's something I think I always thank you about every time I talk to you. I was like, thank you for helping me with my book. You provided guidance, coaching, and editorial support in bringing that book to completion. Um, does that seem about right? I mean, I know we've done about 3 podcasts, and I guess this will be our fourth. I kind of want to brag because I feel like I was the first one on your podcast. I feel like I was the
You
first guest.
were. It wasn't even Courage, Confidence, and Connections. We
Yeah,
did a recording before any of this started. And then I had so much fun doing it with you. I said, well, I'm going to ask so and so.
yeah,
And and at that time I went, oh, I need to give it a name. And of course the journal name is the same
yeah.
as well as, yeah, that's becoming, I'm branding that as not just my book, but my podcast,
Yeah.
as well as some other things I'm working on. But yes, so yeah, you've been on there. You broke the record. You've been on there 3 times. I've got a gentleman I just published his second one, and another, a friend of his and a business associate said you've been on there twice because he'd only been on there once. I'm like, uh-oh, we're gonna have some competition here.
Yeah, going for records.
Yeah.
What's next? I mean, are you doing a new book slash journal? Are you, I know you do, I want to say you must do like what, like 15 podcasts a week, like on other people's podcasts, you best. I mean, every time I'm on social media, yours pops up. You're like, I'm doing an interview in a few, check out my new interview. So it's really exciting to see like what's going on next.
What's next?
I interview 2 people a week and I publish 2 a week. Now, I had one week that I had 4 interviews. I had 4 people, 4 different people interviewing me in one week, in addition to my 2.
Mhm.
Well, at the end of that week, I could hardly talk. It was like, I could talk, but it's like my brain said, enough already. 6 in one week. And that was a record. I'll do, let's see, I don't know if I've got one next week, but we're doing this one. I am doing something that's a big adventure
Mhm.
for me. And I've known Raven Blair Davis for, let's see, 11 years now. She interviewed me when she was doing a talk show on radio 11 years ago.
Mhm.
At that time, I had a nightgown business, and that's what we talked about with my, some other stuff. I'd love to hear that now. I'm hoping she can find it in her archives, but she offered me a chance to be on her television show called There's a Coach for That.
Mhm.
And we're putting together a 4 episode series just with me.
Yeah.
And I'm going to be in a book called Raising the Bar with her.
Mhm.
It's I guess they call it what do you call those when you got multiple writers in a book? Anthology kind of thing.
Okay.
And yeah, in addition to, she's going to interview me out. She does celebrity interviews. She's going to put me on live after a celebrity sometime soon.
Yeah.
And so that's really exciting. It's like, I don't want to say I've hit the big time, but I will be on Amazon Fire and Roku with all this.
Cool.
I just finished, I think you might have seen the one with Laura Cross, Mindful Mondays. I
Mhm.
think you might have seen that.
Yeah.
And so people are finding me and I love it. I absolutely love it. I'm going to keep doing my podcast and that's growing. I'm booked through the end of the year into January already.
Mhm.
In addition, I am writing my memoirs. That is going to be called Dancing Through the Wreckage.
So cool.
which is hard to write.
Yeah.
It does begin kind of on a sad note, but it's when my brother passed a year ago, and that was a catalyst for me finally getting everything going on that book, because there's a pretty heavy duty story behind his life, and that's going to be part of my that was the starting point. They like to call things a hook, you know that. You need a hook. Well, his death is the hook in that one.
Yeah.
And yeah, so I'm writing my memoirs with I don't have an anticipated date or goal to have that published, because it's taking so much time. One chapter was really hard to write. I'm up to 3.
Yeah. Well, imagine. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's cool. Well, so I try to keep these podcasts in the 25 to 30-minute range, just starting out.
Okay.
So I hate to end it on that as quick as we can. But I'll do a quick gratitude, my final segment. I call it a moment of gratitude.
A moment of gratitude.
And I'll just start real quick. It says, I'm thankful to be alive at this time and era. I feel like I'm lucky to be educated with technology, with health, love, and wealth. So, Janice, do you want to just real quick, like one sentence, what you're thankful for?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I too am thankful for my life.
Yeah.
It's taken a while and a lot of bumps to get where I am, but I'm very thankful for even all the bad stuff, because it's made me who I am. And I can appreciate more when I go through troubles, because it does change us for the good.
Yeah.
If we let it. So I'm thankful for that. Very grateful.
That's awesome. Thank you, Janice. Will you come back in the future after I've done a couple more episodes and I got some stuff on the walls and I've actually got everything set up a little bit better? I would love to have you back as a guest.
I'd love to. I would love to. We always have plenty to talk about.
Yeah. All right. My guest today has been Janice Debo. Check out her website, janicedebo.com. All her social media links are there. Make sure to follow, like, subscribe on all her socials. Anything else you want me to add on that, or that?
Feel free to buy my journal. It'll change your life.
That's what I was going to say too. Yes, make sure you go to Amazon or anywhere where it's at, and
My
I think it's
website.
on the website too as well. So
yeah, now if you buy it from my website, I actually will sign it, write a note to you as the buyer, and mail it to you personally.
okay, so go to janicedebo.com, get her book, journal, personalized. I love it. So, all right, I'm gonna do my outro, and thank you again for being on the show. Thanks for being with me on Behind the Booth with DJ iSizzle. Until next time, keep the energy high, the music loud, and remember, the party's wherever you are. Stay sizzling, my friends. Bye.
Thanks for tuning in to the Behind the Booth podcast hosted by DJ iSizzle. Remember to keep the music loud, the energy high, and your memories unforgettable. See you next time.